Yes, very good morning, everybody. Hello, dear students. I am now just delivering you lecture number 7 on this linear differential equations with constant coefficients. We're actually dealing with second order linear differential equations, third order linear differential equation with constant coefficients. Now, this time we discuss now another case. We discussed the cases when capital X, that is right hand side, was 0. Now we discuss here how to solve the linear differential equation of this type, f d y is equal to x, where x is not equal to 0. Now we have given the detailed discussion about this f d y is equal to x. For that you should switch back to previous lectures before lecture number 5. Say it is second or first lecture on this linear differential equation with constant coefficients. There we have discussed. Still I will write here where, name this equation number 1 I will give, where fd is the function of d, where fd is, it is d raised power n plus p1 d of n minus 1 plus p2 d of n minus 2 plus pn. This is your dn, function of d. D is your operator, d by dx, and p1, p2, so on to pn are constant coefficients. These are constant coefficients. Now, in order to solve this differential equation when x is not 0, I have already told you that it involves two parts. One is complementary part and second is the particular integral. The solution of the complete solution of equation number 1 is given by y is equal to cf complementary function plus particular integral. Any one of you who has query about this cf plus pi, I request the student to go back to my lectures, lecture number 1, lecture number 2, lecture number 3 extra on linear differential equations with constant coefficient. I have discussed their detail, how it has only one solution when right side is 0, how it has two solutions when you have right side non-zero. Okay, this is clear to you. Now for this CF, how we find out CF? Now for complementary function, which is your complementary function, it is simply got by putting x is equal to 0 in first. When you put x is equal to 0, you will get f d y is equal to 0, and you will find out the solution by previous method. We find the same solution as we did in previous cases. What you did in previous cases, you will go similarly, and we note that complementary function will contain n arbitrarily constants, where this n depends upon the order of the differential equation. If order is n, then it will involve the n arbitrarily constants. If order is 2, it will involve 2 arbitrarily constants. This is how you find out complementary function. So you have to learn nothing about complementary function. Whatever you did up to and before lecture number 6, whatever you did there, you have to do that again. Whatever you get there, it is the complementary function. So there is no this something new about complementary function. There, when capital X right side is 0, we named that solution as the complete solution for this right side 0. But here, when X is not 0, we will find out the same solution, but we will give the name now that solution as complementary function in case of X not 0. Procedure is same: auxiliary equation, then roots of the auxiliary equation, then solution. You write y is equal to the solution. Now you will write complementary function of the this f dy is equal to x is. That is it. Now the work, we have to work for this now. Particular integral. How to find out particular integral? This is the in today's lecture I want to discuss with you the process and the method for finding out the particular integral. Okay, let us proceed for finding out the particular integral. Okay, now we proceed to find out. We proceed to find out particular integral. Before finding out this particular integral, let us define the inverse operator of FD. We define inverse operator of FD. We consider 1 by FD of x operating by f of d. We get 1 by fd x, f of d is equal to x. We define here 1 by fd as inverse operator for fd. Remember this, because we will be dealing now 1 by fdx, later on this 1 by fdx, this will be called the particular integral. One more thing I want to share here, we may require it in future. We have here a result that you know and you will be using it. It is 1 by d of x. X is capital X is any function of x, as we said previously. Here capital X is not 0, it is some function of x. In previous lectures we discussed it. So here also I say it is some function of x. It can take the different formulas. Result is 1 by d of x is integral of x dx without adding constant of integration. We don't add here constant of integration because all the constants of integration get involved in the complementary function. And you know the number of constants that we have to involve in the solution of the linear differential equation depends upon its order. When its order is n, and in the complementary function all the n arbitrarily constants get involved, so you will not write any constant for particular integral, it will contradict the fundamentals of the solution. That is not the general solution. If number of constants exceed the degree of the order of the differential equation, or number of constants are less than the order of the differential equation. So number of constants you involve in complementary function, that is why we write there is without adding any constant of integration here. Okay, you see it is very simple, but if you want it as proof, let me have the proof, no problem. If I put here 1 by d of x is equal to say z, okay, now you have 1 by d is the this inverse operator of d, so you will operating on both sides, that is operating both sides by d. This d of 1 by dx is equal to d of z, which implies that your x is d of z, which further implies your x is dz by dx. If you integrate on both sides this function, integrating both sides with respect to x, it gives you integral of x dx is nothing, it is z. What was your z? It was this. Therefore you have proved this result, that integral of this you have proved the fact that z is your 1 by d z. Z is any function of x, remember it is always integral of x dx. So this also proves, we here also use that d 1 by d is the inverse operator of d, when d stands for d by dx, and in future course of this solution of the problem is wherever I get 1 by d, I will use it for integration. Okay, in any way you will remember this, there was no need of proving it, this result. Let us give the proof, you enjoy the proof, because when we prove the result it gives you some enjoyment. It by giving the proofs you can remember the things very well. Now we define here, we can even prove within few lines particular integral for this function, because we are actually discussing how to find out the particular integral. Thus we define now particular integral for equation number 1, x being now some function of x and x is not 0. If x is 0, then we are again in previous parts, so it is some function of x. Particular integral, you will remember we have particular integral always, now it is 1 by f of d function of d here into x. This is the particular integral formula, you will remember this. This is your, everywhere you will use this particular integral formula, 1 by f dx. Now this has the different ways for evaluating this 1 by fd. We have for this different cases, we have some standard particular integral. I will write particular integral pi for standard type of functions. Standard type of functions. We have different rules for this. I will discuss rule first. I will name this A part. Why A? This rule first will have two parts. Number one is when f of d becomes denominator not 0, when denominator is 0. Let us see how we proceed. Rule first, we say when our right side is here, standard type of function when right side is when x is e raised to power ax. Exponential function when we have. How we find out particular integral for exponential function? Particular integral for exponential function. Particular integral of this is given by, particular integral is given by again 1 by f of d, here x, this is 1 by f of d, your x is e raised power x, and this particular integral is given by 1 by f of a, e raised to power ax, provided f of a is not 0. It is simply when you find out the particular integral for exponential functions, in the exponential part power of the function e, it should be e raised power ax. If it is not, we can bring it in the e raised power ax. E raised power ax form, then you have to see what is the coefficient of x in the exponent, it is a, replace d by this a, simple. But in certain cases it becomes 0. If it becomes 0, how we proceed? That is the second case that we say type it's the same rule 1 b part, when it is known as failure, for x is equal to failure case. I will discuss failure case, so I will write here failure case, then we will do some problems, and in those problems you may have not failure case and failure case, we will discuss them together. Okay, now we have well, I will write here, it is again rule number 1, but I will name it b part. When x is e raised to power ax, it is a failure case. Failure case means when I write particular integral this way, particular integral I will write 1 by f of d of x, that is 1 by f of d e raised power x, that is 1 by f of a e raised power ax, and here f of a is 0. This is a failure case because denominator becomes 0, it is not defined. How you proceed? You just look. Then in this case you will go this way. In this case there are different cases mentioned in your book. Some books have mentioned 12 this types of finding out particular integral. They only write there 11 or 12 this formulae, I mean 11 12 formulae, but I will just derive 1 or 2 so that you will avoid the confusion that later on you have to remember all this results. Okay, in this case in this case what you do is in failure case you have particular integral as, remember, e raised power ax, what is the coefficient of here in the this variable involved in the exponent x, you write here x out, then e raised power ax, you will write differentiation of this fd function of, that is differentiation of denominator with respect to d. This is the case, but in case if denominator is again 0, if I will write here this is actually equal to x times e raised power x by differential coefficient of denominator with respect to d. In case denominator again vanishes, if it again vanishes, If it again vanishes, we repeat the process. What is your repetition? In that case, you will write particular integral. This x will be there. Then we have to write down another x. Again e raised power x. Then differentiate this again. It is d2 fd dt d square. Then we go for another derivative. If it becomes 0, when we replace d by a in certain cases, then we differentiate again. Okay, we will go this way till this denominator is not 0. When we replace d by a, we continue in failure case. Now in failure case, you have also the formula, one formula there in your book. You may remember, I will write here. When you write p particular integral is your e raised to power ax by f of d, you write it e raised power ax by f of a when f of a is 0. Then we write particular integral is given by this way, e raised power ax d minus a, we write raised power r, we write the factor, it is r factorial by x raised to power r by r factorial into e raised power ax. This is also the formula given in your book. You can use this way also. That means at that point where this becomes 0, what is that? It is a, we write the factor d minus a. If it becomes 0 at d is equal to 2, that means this auxiliary equation has one factor d minus 2. If it is 0 at d is equal to minus 2, so that means the auxiliary equation has one factor d plus 2. We write here that factor. It is power. Power means if it is repeated. If it is 2 times, 3 times. If it is 1 times, then r is 1. Then in that case, it is x raised power 1 by 1 factorial e raised power x. Okay. If it is 2 here, 2 times repeat, then it is x raised power 2 by 2 factorial e raised power ax. But you have to write down here factors. But I think in this case, this is simple one. Go take x1, differentiate. Okay. If it again becomes 0, then take another x, differentiate. This is the method. You will see when we apply this in this formula. Suppose you want to see how this comes. This first case, if you want to proof of this, proof is very simple. Let me share the proof also. So some students ask the query how and why. If you ask how and why, we have to remember this formula. Okay, you will remember this, you will apply it, you will get the results. You will get the results very easily. But there is in maximum books you don't find the proof there. They don't give you the proof. They give the formulae, list of formulae. You use these formulae in finding out the particular integral. You see, it is very simple. If you want to prove it, if you want to prove when you have particular integral of e raised power x by f of d, you write this is e raised power x by f of a. How it comes? You see. In proof you will write, we'll prove it, we'll prove this part, proof of this. We have d of e raised power x. What is that? It is a e raised power x. You go by d2, second derivative of e raised power x. Differentiate this again. It is a square e raised power x. Then you have d cube of e raised power x. What is this? It is a cube e raised power x. Do you follow? Very simple. Then you proceed dn e raised power x. What is this? A raised power n e raised power x. Now if you add them all, when you add up them, adding all, when you add them, you see what we get. It is d plus d square plus d cube plus d raised power n e raised power x. Now look right side. It is a plus a square plus a cube, that is so on to plus a raised power n e raised power x. So look here, what is this your? It is f of d, function of d, e raised power x. What is this now? It is some function of a, f of a, it is e raised power x. Now operate on both sides. both sides 1 by f of d. When you operate by 1 by f of d, now you operate on both sides. When you operate, you will get e raised power x is f of a e raised power x 1 by f of d. Take this down, e raised power x by f of a, because we are using that, we are taking this for granted f of a is not 0, only then we can divide. This is the case when f of a is not 0, is equal to e raised power x by f of d. That means we have proved that e raised power x by f of d is nothing, it is given by e raised power x that f of a. And what is this actually? It is particular integral you have found now, e raised power x by f of a. Okay, if some of one may ask for the proof, how it comes, how it is, so this is the way. You don't need to go this way, but you have to remember when x is the exponential function, then we go this way. Now I have chosen some examples from different books. Here are the examples, we will solve them, but I have also given the answers of these questions. We will be dealing with when right hand side is exponential function, and in some cases this f of a is not 0, in some cases f of a is 0. That is, we are actually doing problems on rule number 1. We are having the problems on rule number 1. This is problem number 1. It is answer I have mentioned here. Problem 2, it is answer. Why I have written the answer? Because I have taken the questions from different books, so it may be difficult for you to search for the answers. And question 4, it is answer is this and this. Let us solve this here together, so that you will come to know how we do these questions when x is not 0, right side is not 0, but right side at the same time is a function, is an exponential function. The next rule we will go rule number 2. Rule number 2 will be when right side is trigonometric function, sine or cos. Okay, let us have this. Similarly, then you will have algebraic. Well, I will discuss the solutions now. Solution of problem number 1. It is 3 times d2y dx square plus dy by dx minus, is it 14y is equal to 13 e raised power 2x. This is our problem. First of all, we write it is symbolic representation. What is the symbolic representation? It is symbolic representation is 3 d square plus d minus 14 y is equal to 13 e raised power 2x. Then we find out auxiliary equation. For what we need auxiliary equation? We need it for complementary function. Auxiliary equation, you have 3 d square plus d minus 14 is equal to 0. You can write your d's here. Your d is minus 1 plus minus under root of, it is 1 plus 12 into 14 by 3 into 2. Let us see 12 into 14. It is 1, it is equal to by 6. Okay, your d is, it is 12 by 6 and it is minus 14 by 6, which implies you get d 2 and minus 7 by 3. What is complementary function corresponding to these two values? You have complementary function is given by c1 e raised to power 2x plus c2 e raised to power minus 7 by 3x. This is the complementary function. This is your complementary function. Now we go for the particular integral. Let us find out particular integral. Our particular integral will be, in this case, it is 13 e raised to power 2x. You have to now learn how to find out the particular integral. It is 3d square plus d minus 14. It is equal to 13 is constant, keep it out. E raised to power 2x, replace d by 2. Just look, this is 2 square plus 2 minus 14. We have to do nothing. We have to replace d by 2 because it is e raised power ax by f of a. This is equal to 13 e raised power 2x by 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12, then plus 2 minus 14. Oh, at the very setup, this is 13 e raised power 2x by 12, it is 0. So it is failure case. It is a case of failure. Okay. So first question gives the case of failure. How we proceed now to find out it is particular integral. You see, just look. Now in this case, particular integral will be, your 13 is here constant, keep it out, multiple constant. Then what we do is, here you have x, you write here x, independent variable which exists in the power x. Then e raised power 2x as it is. You write differentiation of what? 3 d square plus d minus 14 with respect to d. This is particular integral. It is equal to 13. It is x e raised power 2x. Differentiate this. It is 6d plus 1. Then you have 13x. You have to keep 13x out. Then it is e raised power 2x by 6d plus 1. We have to replace now at this setup this d by 2. If it is defined, then we go ahead. It is 13x e raised power 2x by 6 into 2 plus 1. This is your 13x e raised power 2x by 13. Therefore, your particular integral comes out to be x e raised power 2x. This is the particular integral. So, what is the solution, complete solution of the above differential equation? Yes, we have complete solution of the differential equation is, so complete solution of given differential equation is what? Y equal to complementary function plus particular integral. You already found complementary function. It is y is equal to c1 e raised power 2x plus c2 e raised power minus 7 by 3x, then plus x e raised power 2x. This is the solution in case right side is, and you have also seen here how to evaluate the case when denominator becomes 0. Okay, let us take the solution of another problem. Okay, let me take, we have done this one. We go to now solution of second problem. It is your d square minus 3d plus 2y is cos hyperbolic cos x. This is your differential equation. Now here symbolic representation is given, and it is understood that this d is d by dx, because y is dependent variable, is x is independent variable. If it is not mentioned, then it is okay, that we will denote d. Our d is here, d is d by dx. There is no need of mentioning about this d. We have directly auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation is d square minus 3d plus 2 equal to 0. This is d is equal to 3 plus minus under root of 9 minus 8 by 2. So this is 3 plus minus 1 by 2. So d is your 2 and 1. This is 2 and 1. So that you have complementary function is c1 e raised to power x plus c2 e raised power 2x, corresponding to these two values of this. Then we have the particular integral. How we find out particular integral? We are doing rule number 1, exponential case. It is cos x. It also comes in the exponential case. Cos x, it is d square minus 3d plus 2. Now we have the formula for cos. What is this cos? It is e raised power x plus e raised power minus x by 2 by d2 minus 3d plus 2. You know that hyperbolic function sine hyperbolic is given by e raised power x minus e raised power minus x by 2. Remember this. And cos hyperbolic of x is given by e raised power x plus e raised power minus x by 2. Okay. Now we have to evaluate this. Now in this case I have this particular integral. I will write particular integral. In this case it is 1 by 2 out. 1 by 2 is out. This is e raised power x by d square minus 3d plus 2, then plus e raised power minus x d square minus 3d plus 2. These are now, this is particular integral is divided into two parts. I will write this p of 1 is 1 by 2. I will write this part as p1. This is p2. This is my equation, that it is second. I will find out the p1 particular part of this. Okay, now p1 is particular function of this p1 e raised to power x by d square minus 3d plus 2. Now I give the coefficient of x in the exponential is 1. It is 1 by 1 minus 3 plus 2 e raised power x, sorry. It is e raised power x. E raised power x by 2, it is 0. So it is the case of failure. It is failure case. So how I go for this failure case? I will write this p1 will be, now I have to take 1x, then e raised power x, differentiation of d square minus 3d plus 2 with respect to d. This is the simple method. There are some other ways of doing this. This is equal to x. Now it is e raised power x, differentiation of this, it is 2d minus 3. It is 2d minus 3. Now I have to give the value of x, the coefficient. It is 1. It is x, because our a is here 1. It is e raised power x by 2 minus 3. Yes, it is now defined. So my p1 will be here, it is minus. It is minus x e raised power x. I have found out p1. Now what is my p2? For p2 I have to find out again e raised power minus x by d square minus 3d plus 2. Let me give the value in the exponential coefficient power, coefficient of x in the exponent, it is minus 1. It is equal to e raised power minus x, give here minus 1, it is 1, give here minus 1, it is plus 3 plus 2. Oh yes, p2 is defined. It is equal to e raised power minus x by 6. E raised power minus x by 6. Okay, so using this in second, thus from second particular integral is, so from second equation, what is particular integral? It is 1 by 2 P1. What is your P1 now? Minus x e raised power x. What is your P2? Plus e raised power minus x by 6. So what is your particular integral? It is minus x e raised power x by 2. This is plus 1 by 12. 1 by 12 e raised power minus x. Therefore this is particular integral is complete. So what is the complete solution? You will write my complete solution is now, complete solution is given by y equal to complementary function plus particular integral. What is your complementary function? You found it. Your complementary function was y is equal to c1 e raised power x plus c2 e raised power 2x, then minus 1 by 2 x e raised power x. This is plus 1 by 12 e raised power minus x. This is the solution of this problem. So what we did is we have done this problem number second also. This is done. Both cases here involve non-failure and failure. Okay, let me have the solution of third problem. Well, it is third problem. Solve dx by dt is x plus e raised power t plus e raised power minus t. Okay, x is your independent variable, t is dependent variable, sorry, x is dependent, t is independent variable. You will write it as dx by dt minus x is equal to e raised power t plus e raised power minus t. This is important setup because in our linear differential equation form we have no dependent variable on right side. Right side should be either 0 or function of independent variable, function of x or function of t. So dependent I took here. It is actually d2 here because it is t square. I have forgot it is d2 here. It is d2 here. Correct it there also because answer is given through converse. It is d2. It is d2. Correct it. So what is symbolic representation? Symbolic representation is d square minus 1 into x is equal to e raised power t plus e raised power minus t, where d is your d by dt. Remember. So what is the auxiliary equation? Auxiliary equation is it is d square minus 1 is equal to 0. That simply gives d plus minus 1. So here you can write complementary function. It is c1 e raised power x plus c2 e raised power not x, it is our t. Be cautious here. Don't do such mistake. It is c complementary function c1 e raised to power t plus c2 e raised power minus t. This is my complementary function. Now I go for particular integral. What is my particular integral? Particular integral will be, yes, it is e raised power t plus e raised power minus t by d square minus 1. I can split it now. E raised power t by d square minus 1, then plus e raised power minus t by d square minus 1. Very interesting problem here. If I coefficient of independent variable in the power of the exponential is 1, give here 1 minus 1 0, give here minus 1 whole square is again 1. So it is in both cases failure case. Note it, you have here failure case. So how you proceed? Look here, you have here variable, you have here independent variable t, write t out, then e raised power t, differentiation of what? D square minus 1 with respect to d. Here also write t, don't get confused, minus t. Sometimes you commit the mistake, you write minus t, because in the exponent e raised to power ax we did nothing with a, we just wrote out in failure case the independent variable. Don't get confused, don't write here minus t, it is again t independent variable, whatever you have here, exponent positive or negative. Okay, then e raised power minus t, derivative of what, d square minus 1 with respect to d. You see how you get it now, it is equal to t times e raised power t, derivative of this, it is 2d, then plus t again, e raised power minus t, derivative of this, it is 2d. I will write on the top because this setup may not be visible to you, then it will be a problem. Okay, this is particular integral, this is t e raised power t by 2d differentiation after the it was this failure case, e raised power minus t by 2d. Now you have to write it, p particular integral is t, coefficient of t is 1, e raised power t by 2 into 1, replace d by 1, then plus t e raised power minus t, to coefficient of t is here minus 1, right, minus 1, here it is 1, so it is particular integral is t e raised power t by 2, this is minus t e raised power minus t by 2, this I can write t out, this is my e raised power t minus e raised power minus t by 2. What is this? It is a hyperbolic function, sine, so I can write it is t sine t, this is my particular integral, or I can write in this way. So what is the complete solution? So complete solution of problem is, so complete solution is given by y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. Yes, what was your complementary function? You found it, it is c1 e raised power t plus c2 e raised power minus t, then c2 e raised power minus t, yes, then plus t sine of t. This is the solution of the problem number this third. This was third we did. Well, let me take now problem 4th. It is solve. This is d cube d3 minus y is equal to e raised power x plus 1 square. Here also d stands for d by dx because right side is function of x. So what is your auxiliary equation? It is d cube minus 1 is equal to 0. You can write it as factors. It is d minus 1 into d square plus d plus 1 is equal to 0. If you remember, what is a cube minus b cube? It is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. If you remember this formula. So here you have d minus 1 0 gives implies d is equal to 1, d square plus 2d plus 1 is 0. This gives, it is not 2d, sorry, it is d, it is not 2d, it is d. D square plus d plus 1 0, it gives d is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root of 1 minus 4 by 2. It is d is equal to minus 1 plus minus iota root 3 by 2. It is d is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus minus iota root 3 by 2. So what is the complementary function in this case? So complementary function in this case will be corresponding d is equal to 1. It is c1 e raised to power x, then plus, it is a complex root, e raised to power real part of x minus 1 by 2x, remember complex, it is c2 cos of the imaginary part root 3 by 2x plus c3 sine of root 3 by 2x. If anyone has this difficulty in writing out the complementary function for the complex roots, please switch back to the previous lectures. You will get a detailed discussion there, how we write down the solution when we have the repeated roots, when we have the real and different roots, when we have the complex. We have derived there. Don't trouble yourself. It is e raised power real part, it is minus 1 by 2x plus c2 cos of imaginary part root 3 by 2x, then plus c3 sine of this, it is minus x by 2 here. Okay, this is our complementary function. Then we have particular integral. Let us find out the particular integral for this. Now particular integral is given by e raised power x plus 1 square by d cube minus 1. It is your e raised to power 2x e raised power x square plus 1 square plus twice e raised power, I will open it because I have the rule for exponential, it is d cube minus 1. Okay, this is particular integral. I will write e raised to power 2x by d cube minus 1, one part, plus 1 by d cube minus 1 plus 2 e raised power x by d cube minus 1. Okay, you see how we go. Here it is obviously defined. It is e raised to power 2x by replace d by coefficient of, it is 2 cube minus 1. We have to replace by coefficient of x in the exponential function plus, you will be say here we don't have exponential, what we do? Oh yeah, we can write it e raised power 0x for the constant. Even if it is 2 or 3 or 4, we write 2 times e raised power 0x. If it is 4, 4 times e raised power 0. We introduce here constant if it is not e raised power 0x by d cube minus 1 plus 2 e raised power x by 1 cube minus 1. Oh, note it is failure case. Third part is a failure case. This is failure case. This is a failure case. What I do for this failure case, I will just apply differentiation. Well, it is e raised power 2x, it is 8 minus 1, it is plus e raised power 0x, this is 0 cube minus 1, it is also defined. Here I will write this 2 out, it is a constant, then x of the formula e raised power x as it is, differentiation of what? D cube minus 1 with respect to d. This comes out to be e raised power 2x by 7, then plus it is e raised power 1 by minus 1, it is, well, it is 2x e raised power x by 3d square. Simply this is equal to, this is equal to he has written minus 1 first. We will also write, there is no harm, e raised to power 2x by 7, e raised power 2x by 7, then it is plus 2x out, 2x by 3 out, it is e raised power x, it is d, it is replaced by 1 square. then you have forgotten -1 here. Let me write -1 here, no problem. This -1 I wrote here. Okay, it is e raised power 2x by 7 is this. Now here I am writing 2x by 3 out. Here coefficient of x is 1, replace d by 1 square, because now it is defined. Now my particular integral comes out to be -1 plus 1 by 7 e raised power 2x plus 2x e raised power x by 3. 2x e raised power x by 3. So what is the complete solution? So complete solution is given by y equal to complementary function plus particular integral. It is y is equal to complementary function, you found out already. This is c1 e raised power x, c1 e raised power x, then plus c2 cos of root 3 by 2x plus c3 sine of root 3 by 2x e raised power minus 1 by 2x is e raised power minus x by 2 plus this part is -1 plus 1 by 7 e raised power 2x plus 2x by 3 e raised power x. This is the complete solution of this problem. This was this fourth. Now I will show this problem 5 with some more problems. Then similarly we will go to rule number this second. Okay, I hope you have followed the cases when right side is a function of x, how we go, and we will discuss next this rule number second for trigonometric function. And till then you revise, do the problems from your text. Thank you very much. See you next. Goodbye.